Spike, what are your general rules for raising money for films? I mean, what do you advise your NYU students when the subject comes up? What kind of guidance do you provide them?
Well, I've been teaching at NYU for the past 15 years, and the issue is whether you're in film school or not film school, where you get the money to shoot, where you get the money for completion, to finish your film. And I tell people you just have to be inventive, and you gotta look under every nook and cranny to get it done. There's nothing I could tell somebody that's gonna be like the golden trail and you're gonna find a pot of gold, you know, at the end. That's just not the way this industry works.
So there's no set roadmap, but I'm wondering, is there a certain mindset? Are there certain characteristics, whether they're temperament, whatever, that you tell someone?
Well, I think that when you're looking for money, you have to be tough as nails and not be deterred by no's. All it takes is that one person, that one grant, that one scholarship. You know, money can show up, can fall out of the sky sometimes. I mean, that's not something that you have to wait for. One of my own most favorite quotes is by Brooklyn Dodger owner Branch Rickey, who signed Jackie Robinson. And the quote is this: "Luck is a residue of design." So if you're working and busting your ass, you have a better chance of luck smiling down upon you. But if you're just chilling and not extending any not extending any energy, no get it from go, and we're not seeing that elbow grease, we're not seeing initiative, we're not seeing that blood, sweat, and tears, very rarely will you find yourself in a lucky situation.
Speaking of which...
But you can't depend on luck, though. You can't depend on luck. I've been very lucky. To be honest, when I decided I wanted to be a filmmaker, there was only one African-American director working in Hollywood. His name was Michael Schultz, directed one of my favorite films, Cooley High. And so when I would tell my African-American friends, you know, they're like, do black people, they let black people direct films? And so I never ever thought about the odds. A lot of times you think about stuff like that, it could be a self-inflicted paralysis. But I knew I wanted to do. And I was committed that through hard work, God willing, something will break my way, and it happened.
Out of the 50+ movies you've directed and produced, which was the hardest to find financing for?
Well, I would definitely have to say the first one, She's Gonna Have It, which cost $175,000, because that was my debut film as far as a feature film, as feature films go. And people think that I did that film right after film school. There was a 4-year period between me finishing NYU and She's Gonna Have It coming out. So it was not like that. And then another one would be Malcolm X. We ran out of money and they had to go get some money too.
Does it ever get easier?
What's easy? What's easy? I mean, if it was easy, you know, I wouldn't have launched a Kickstarter campaign. We're in day 5. So it's a tough business, you know. And I really, and E can tell you, he's one of my students, and every time I'm here in LA, he helps me. But I do not try to sugarcoat things all to my students, and it would be a great disservice to them if I did that. So I let them know, you know, this is no guarantee it's gonna happen for you. We shot She's Gonna Have It in 1985. We were doing Kickstarter before there was Kickstarter. We just didn't have the technology. I was making phone calls, making personal visits, writing letters. So we did everything except social media, which social media was not around then.
Do you think that people that are already established are taking away, quote, chances from the little guys?
No, look, I understand why people might think that, but that's not the case at all. I'm bringing people to Kickstarter who never even heard of Kickstarter. I'm talking a lot of people of color who've never heard of Kickstarter, who've never made a pledge on Kickstarter. So I really think that it's a fallacy, it's a misconception, and it's just playing out wrong with a capital W, that because someone puts $5 on my film, someone who backs my film with $5, that was $5 that a young filmmaker was gonna get. And that logic does not follow through. I mean, there's concrete evidence with what Mr. Thomas did with Veronica Mars and what Zach did with his film. Majority of the people who backed those things had never been on Kickstarter before. But I think those people backed films after that once they made the introduction to Kickstarter. So, to be honest, I know the question. Look, I know you had to ask this question, so it's cool. The two co-founders of Kickstarter told me that, you know, Mr. Thomas had flack, he caught flack. Zach caught flack, Zach flack, and that I would get the same. So this is not a surprise at all. But this is I've been hearing stuff from the very first film. She's Gonna Have It was a negative portrayal of black women. School days, I was airing dirty laundry. Do the Right Thing would make black people run amok and riot all across the country when it came out. I was anti-Semitic because my characters Mo and Josh Flatbush in Mo Better Blues, so I just rolled with the punches and keep going.